camera crew and all that, but for now it is just Joe and myself, and we are so excited to come live every Tuesday to chit-chat a little bit about how we can help people sell their houses and be able to put money in people's pockets. That's really what our focus is to share today. So if you're joining, feel free to say hello. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. But we want to start out real quickly by reminding everybody that we are still giving $1,000 away if you refer us a seller.
So if you have a seller and you know somebody who wants to buy their house for a whole list of long reasons why, but if somebody wants to sell their house and you refer them to us and we buy it, we pay you $1,000. We just have a $1,000 check going out now. We're closing on that in like a couple weeks, and then much other than that, now they're actually got me 2 more that they know folks who want to sell their home. So if you want to get paid a little extra money, it could be just by sharing a post. It could be telling somebody that you know who just inherited a home or something's going on and they have a house they want to sell. Landlord, whatever, just let us know.
Yeah, it's kind of like, in some ways, direct marketing. You see people sharing posts all the time. I sell this tanning lotion, or try these vitamins or makeup or what have you. And with us, it's that we buy and sell houses, and it's just a click of a button to simply share with your friends on your own personal page, or maybe you see somebody in a Facebook community group chatting about how they're looking for a house or that they are trying to get rid of a house. By all means, either tag our business page or have your friend find us on Facebook. So it's really simple, and we really want to help as many people out as possible. So that's why we are on the exciting $1,000 giveaway.
Well, and we have a great example. If you've gone to the Jen Buys 585 on Facebook, and you take a look, we have a testimonial from one of our folks. We just bought our house just a few weeks ago, and that video is priceless. She even says it's like free money. And the reason why she says that is because when you work with Jen and you work with myself, we're different than realtors because we're going to buy your home. We're not going to try to sell it. We're buying your house.
Yeah.
And number 2 is because we're not a realtor, we're not going to charge you any commissions or fees. And so, for an example, on a $200,000 home, a commission to a realtor is $12,000. Then you're going to pay closing costs, which is going to be probably another $4,000 to $5,000. So we pay your closing costs.
So there are certain times, and we want to kind of break down the deal, kind of explain to you what situation this would really apply for. Joe was mentioning, you can take a look at that testimonial where she said it was like free money, and it truly was, because her situation, I know we've touched briefly on it, but I want to delve a little bit deeper into it. She came across us on Facebook, and she wanted to sell her house. And the pickle that she was in, if you want to kind of explain it a little bit.
Well, she just bought the house.
Yeah.
And she didn't realize the responsibilities of being a homeowner. She had an issue with a furnace that cost her some money. Just one thing after another. When you own a home, things can pop up, and it can be a lot. And when you're not expecting that, it can be overwhelming. And the issue is if it was listed with a realtor and she had to pay that commission and closing costs out of pocket, she would have probably had to sign for a check to get rid of her house at closing.
Right.
Where in this situation, she walked away with a nice check, and it was done quick. Which sometimes time could be of the essence, and maybe you don't have to put your house on the market, sell it within 90 days. Now you're going through the closing process, which could be another 30 to 60 days. We did that deal in less than 30 days, closed, and that's what she was looking for. Now, if you need some extra time, we could work that way too.
Absolutely.
Either way's fine.
And she actually needed a little extra time because of this crazy housing market.
Right.
She needed to find a place to move into to be able to rent, and it was, we were ready to go. We wanted to make sure she had a good, solid place to move into.
And we were helping her try to find something.
We had all of our friends that had apartments looking, and this is just a crazy time. And it doesn't have to be. So by all means, if it's something that is time sensitive, and you, like our other family we've mentioned that we've helped out, they moved out of state. They didn't have the time to waste. They said, we don't have time to paint, repair, take photos. Like, what? We don't have any of that time. We were able to step in and really help them out with that.
Well, and the other good thing too is, any one of these houses, when you buy a house or you're going to sell a house, before you sell your house, if you talk to a realtor, they're going to want you to paint the house. They're going to want to make sure the landscaping looks good. They're going to want to make sure every little thing is absolutely perfect in the house, so when they take the photos and then they sell it, it sells quickly. But maybe you don't have the time, maybe you don't have the money to do that.
Maybe you have barking dogs that aren't going to be able to be boarded because you have to show the house, right? Like, as you can hear ours really quickly. But this is reality. Real problems, real people. Things are going to happen, things are going to come up, and it may not be show ready, because I know that is very stressful for some people, especially if you're working all day long. Who has the time to make sure that your house can be shown right at 5:30, or when you're supposed to get your kiddos ready for bed, or whatever the issue may be?
Well, and that's kind of interesting. I was on a seller call yesterday with a gentleman. They have a house in Greece, actually, and we're chatting about it, and he says, I've been here for a long time with my wife, and we're finally convinced. We've been talking about moving for the last 5 years, but now we're ready to make that jump. He's like, but I don't want to paint the walls. I don't want to have to worry about putting in new flooring. I don't want to have to worry about updating the bathroom. He was like, and frankly, I work all the time, and so does she, and this is the last thing we want to do.
Right.
He's like, and I don't want to have to worry about that. So he's like, that's why I reached out to you. And I said, that's actually our forte, because she's got this eye to make it look beautiful.
We both do.
Well, you're really good at it. But either way, that's what happens. So in that situation, it's looking great. So we still have to work over a couple more things. He's got to talk to the wife today about that situation, but that's just one more way we could help. He says, and I asked him, because we were chatting about it, he's like, I didn't want to list it with a realtor because I knew they're going to want to make me do all this work, and I didn't want to
what a pain that is, especially right now, like with the virus. Like, I don't know about you guys, but there's some people that are hesitant to have all these people. I mean, if you're coming in and getting fresh carpet, fresh paint, all of the things, right, and your stuff is still in there and you're living in there, that could just be a lot. And then once you add the price of that up, of you having to take care of it, and then the stress of it all, sometimes it's just better to look for an easier solution. Thank you, Amber. Absolutely, it really is.
Well, and the thing was him too. He said, I didn't want all these people walking through my house.
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make there, is this, it's just crazy right now.
So
right,
I
guys?
said, you don't have to worry about dealing with all these people walking through your house, because we could actually do virtual walkthroughs.
Yeah.
We have an ad, skip the showing. And what that means is, just so any of you know, is if we end up talking about your house on the phone, everything looks good, we actually just do a virtual walkthrough.
Just like
you
that.
turn your phone around, and we could do a FaceTime, a Zoom call. I mean, there's a million different ways we could do this. And you just turn the phone around and walk us through your house if we're standing right next to you.
Yeah.
And it's just that easy. We've done a bunch of those that way. And with technology now, it couldn't be better timing that these photos and these phones seem to work great. Just about everybody's got a smartphone now. If you don't, you know somebody who does, so we could cure that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think for the most part we do. And then I was also going to mention too.
Well, the whippersnappers might not have them smartphones.
They might, but you know what, their kids or
Right.
a neighbor or somebody that they can let in their house. But I've been getting a lot of, do you buy just 585? And the answer is no. We're definitely open to 716, 315. It was just kind of the ring of Gen Buys 585. We really like that. It's the areas that we live in and that we certainly do specialize in, but we are open, so don't let the name fool you. If there's anybody that outside of Rochester, like Batavia, I've been asked, and Leroy.
Well, the reason why we bring that up is because we're actually working on a 7-house deal right now in Bath, New York. 7
houses in Bath.
We're talking with a seller later today about that. Inherited 7 homes. They live in North Carolina. The houses are in Bath, New York, which has got to be, is that an hour from here?
And a half-ish.
Yeah, so that's some
Well,
solid
'cause we
time
got
from-
married down in Hammondsport, and that was even further, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like probably 20 minutes from Hammondsport, I think.
So either way, but we're looking at that too. So, and that's not, well, maybe that's 5 by 5. I don't know. But either way, I don't think it is. But it's the same thing. It's not just Rochester. It's not just Monroe County. Because 315 is not that far away, and 716, you guys aren't that far either.
Right. So we are certainly open to all areas, and if there's anybody that might live on the outskirts, just send us a message. We're trying real hard to get back to everybody that is messaging us, and so just reach out.
So, anyways, same thing as we talked about earlier. If you want to make $1,000, it really can't get any easier. If you just mention this ad, run this, send them the video. Share our page, whatever it is. If you know somebody who's got a house for sale or they're thinking about selling it soon. And the reason why also I didn't touch on earlier, the reason why we could put more money in your pocket is because we buy the house directly from you, the seller. And so we're eliminating all the middlemen and all the other things that are going to cost you money. So once again, if you want it done simple, easy, and look at our referrals on the
free.
Well, and that's the other thing too. They're like, I couldn't believe how easy this was. We had a text message the morning of the night before one of our closings, and it was like, are you actually going to be there
is this for real?
tomorrow? Is this for real? I can't believe this.
And it is, you guys. That's why we take the time every week to come here really quickly, just to put our faces on camera, remind you that we are real, we are human, we are a husband and wife team, we have 2 little kids and dogs.
And dogs.
And we are just really on a mission here to help as many folks as possible. And our motto is, when you do real estate right,
everyone wins.
Everyone. I just love that. It's
That's
true. On all aspects and all forms. And so we just can't encourage you enough to share and like and just...
And maybe get paid $1,000.
Maybe get paid money. It's really, really, really that simple.
Yeah.
And if the deal doesn't go through, it's no harm done. Just, try again. It's not the end of the world. We've got a couple people who sent us some things that didn't work out. I still sent them a little thank you, something, and, on to the next one, because, it just... you just never know though. If you $1,000, what would you do with that?
Right. And our goal is to try to get to 5 houses a month. So we really want to be able to help as many people as we can, but we're going to need your help with that too.
Yeah.
So once again, that's why we pay you $1,000. And it is fun just to say, once again, you know, you get that one house deal and you get that $1,000 check. It becomes addicting now because that's some extra fun money that you could have spent on a vacation,
Yeah.
back to school for the kids, or you know, Christmas money.
And I'm going to throw this out here because I heard it on a podcast the other day, is what is it that we need to do to show up in your life to have you refer us? You know, shoot me a personal message there. Just to I'm throwing that out there because we want to be the people that you think of when you're buying and selling houses. So definitely, I'm interested to hear, you know, what else can we do? You know, tell us more, you know, what else you want to see on our page? How can we kind of explain a little bit better of the people that we're helping? And you know, we're just here to educate and, you know, entertain as well here. We think we're pretty funny, you know.
She is. So,
Kidding.
Anyways, we'll plan on seeing you guys.
Like you're, anyways.
Well, no, you are funny. You really are. She's a trip. But I would say we'll plan on seeing you guys next Tuesday. Same time.
We have a
same
packed
place.
schedule, so we do apologize for cutting this one a little bit short here, but
We got a few deals we got to work on. So
yeah, we got some homework to do.
I got a pile of them on my desk. So anyways, great
Gotta
seeing you
go.
again. And we will see you next Tuesday.
All right, love you guys.
See ya.